So today we're doing the unboxing of this touch smart alarm system. It's also 3G, which means it accepts SIM cards and it can work without the Wi-Fi. So let's start with the main unit, which is this one. Okay, there we go. That's what it looks like. It's a bit damaged in transfer, but hopefully it's just the packaging. But that's basically what the packaging looks like. It has an app for both Android and iOS, which is iPhone. It has RFID, and also you can set timers for the alarm coming on and going off. It's also all touch screen, and it's a color touch screen. Okay, so just move these out of the way a bit. So we've got the catalog. That is basically the instructions to set up, and it tells you what steps to follow to set this up, and also all the parts and pieces that can potentially connect to this, and also installation of each part. Okay, and it also then explains display and all the elements on the display, what each one of them kind of means, and so on. Okay, and then it also explains how to learn and set each sensor and each part to the device, how to install the SIM card, how to install the siren, the RFID, and the remote. And also a bunch of troubleshooting tips right there. Okay, so then the main unit, it looks smaller than I thought. I don't know why I was thinking it should be bigger, but that is the kind of size it is. It's kind of the size of the palm of my hand, as you can see there. Okay, and then so on this side you got the adapter port for turning this on, and then you got the siren jack and the power button. On the other side, that's where the micro SIM goes for your SIM card. So then this can work without Wi-Fi, and it also can make phone calls to you in case it needs to. And then on the back, that's where you kind of screw this to the wall. It also has a sensor, which means if it's taken off the wall, it's going to send an alert. So there's supposed to be a sensor, which I believe is that. Let's have a look. Or maybe it's in there anyways. But I believe there is a sensor that is supposed to go off if the device is taken off the wall. Okay, let's see if it turns on, because there's supposed to be a built-in battery, but it might not be charged, which is the case. Alright, I'll get back to this in a minute. So then moving on, so this is basically the default package that comes with the main unit, the default siren, a couple of RFIDs. I got an extra one there, and like a couple of remotes, which I'll get to in a minute, and the adapter and everything else. You can also buy extra parts like that, and extra sensors, but that's basically the default kind of package, the bare minimum. Okay, so starting with this guy, so that's the default siren. that kind of connects using this cable to the main unit if you want to use that. I'm probably not. And then you got the RFID tags that you can use for arming the device and disarming. So that's that. And then you got the remote. This one basically allows you to arm, disarm, press SOS and so forth. After that, you got the door sensors, which is a two-part sensor. So this one goes on one side of the door and the other one goes on the frame. And as soon as these guys detach, it will send an alert that the door has been opened. The next thing is the motion sensor. So that guy goes on the wall, and if anything moves in front of the range of the detection, it will send an alarm saying there was a movement in front of this specific, because you can also name them on the device. So that's that. And this is the holder that goes there, and then this gets either screwed or basically put on sticky tape on the wall, one of those double-sided tapes. So then you got a bunch of screws and plugs for those sort of things, and this one is the adapter. And you can get it for your country. This is for my country, but you can get it for any country, I believe. And that goes straight into this. So then, as I said, there are extra remotes and extra RFIDs in there as well, in case you order them that way. They come like that. Okay, now I'm gonna power on the device and take you through the steps. There we go. As soon as you plug it in, it comes on. And as you can see, the battery was completely out, and that's why it wasn't turning on by itself. You got obviously the main menu, and it shows the status of the system. So at the moment, it is just disarmed, and you can obviously
system armed.
Arm it or disarm it if you want, manually by tapping on the button. You can also use the RFIDs if they have been basically learned by the device, which I'm going to go through right now. Okay, so as you can see, it says system armed. Then I pressed that stay armed, and then I can disarm it.
System disarmed.
Okay, so going to the menu, and I'm going to go to parts and start by introducing the RFID and then also remote and then detectors. So RFID. So at the moment, you can see two are already introduced to the device, which are these two that come as a default with the package. So I will just do this third one as well so you can see how it works. So you just press that plus button, and it's just going from 20, counting down until you basically take it, touch where it's supposed to touch, and that will basically register that as the third RFID. Okay, and the same goes with the remotes. So this one that's in the package by default, this should be
System
already,
disarmed.
as you can see, working.
System armed.
But
System
I'll
disarmed.
also introduce and set this one on so you can see how that works. So going back and then selecting remote, and you can see two are already there, which are these two guys there. So press plus and just press any keys, and that says learning OK. Okay, so I've got three remotes there, all working perfectly. So the next one I want to do is the detector. So you can see two are already there, system alarm and door alarm, which are these two that came with in the main package. So I'm going to go through the rest of them in a minute and show you how to set those. Okay, so starting with, so this package is the spare sensors that I got. The motion detectors, to be more specific. And I've got an extra 5, I think, an extra 4 actually. So here we go. That's what it looks like. And there we go. So that's the main unit, and also the wall fixing is also in the package. So what you need to do is, okay, so basically you press that plus button there, and then it's got a few options so you can set what it is. So you can say it's a system alarm, or it's a door alarm, it is a living room alarm, and then as you go through you get into like fire alarm, gas alarm, because it comes with those parts as well. So you can have a CO alarm or a leakage alarm. Just going to leave it to system alarm, that's fine. And then you need to give it a new number, because I already got 2. So this one is going to be number 3. Okay, so once you've done that, then you can click on OK. Okay, so then it's counting down, and all you need to do, depending on the kind of device you got, you just need to turn it on. So mine has this that's going to activate the battery. Some of them has a little switch. So I'll take this out, and that didn't work. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So I had to open this to see what's going on, and it seems like there was maybe something wrong with the battery or the placement of the battery, because now nothing changed and it started working. So I'm just going to try that one more time and change this to number 3. Okay, and this doesn't even need to be opened, but anyways. Okay, and then press OK. See if that works, because the sensor has to activate for that to work. Now I'm going to put this back together like that, but this should not have really happened. That is not normal. Okay, I'll try another one to see if that's going to happen again. So that's that, and then let's grab another one. Okay, so opening this up and going there, changing that to number 4. Press OK, system alarm is fine. I might actually try to put this underneath the main unit so you can have a better zoomed in look. Maybe that there as well. That's a bit better. Okay. Alright, so then what I'm going to do is, so that's changed to number 4, and all I'm going to do now, hopefully this time it's going to work, is press OK, and then, hang on, press OK, this is not on, change that to number 4, press OK, and then press OK again, OK. Okay, I'm just going to change the number now. Change to number 5. Okay. There we go. So I just had to take this out, and that's all working now. So it says number 5 on the display. So I set the other one as number 4. Now I have to do a couple of door sensors. These ones. So what you need to do is press that, change that to door alarm, number 6. Okay, and all you need to do is to basically turn this on first. Okay, so there's a switch there. Sorry, there's a switch there, and you turn that on, and put this together. Press OK to be ready to learn, and then as soon as you do that, as soon as it detects, it will learn. And that's for the door alarms. So other things that you need to do if you have a wireless siren like this one, which I really like because that is the point of the siren, to be somewhere outside. So that's what that one looks like. And that's the kind of size you can expect compared to my hand. So then it comes with an adapter and screws and plugs. Okay. It also has the user manual. Alright. So what you need to do is, it has an internal battery, but it might not be charged right now. So in case the power goes out or something like that, the internal battery is going to work for a while and then it runs out. But the battery inside is a rechargeable battery. That's what you want. Okay, so plug this in, very loud. And on the side, so you can see that's where the plug goes. And then you have on and off and set. So I turn this on, like that. Then go to Siren Learn. And first actually you need to do the set. So now it's kind of searching. And then you do that. And it was learned. It's very loud. It's very loud. Okay. So anyways, from there, then the other things you need to do is you can set up your Wi-Fi so it connects to your home network, so you can control this from outside as well. It also sends you notifications and things like that. Okay, and you also can set up your phone. If you put a SIM card in, you can set up to 5 phones that it will ring if anything happens. So that's where you set the phone call or the phone message, text message. So that's how it works. And then in the settings, you can set up the delay, because when you turn this on, so how much delay do you want before the alarm gets armed? So I'm going to set that to maybe 5 seconds. That's fine for me because I am basically going to use the remote. Then the entry key, also the same thing. I'm just going to set it to like 5 seconds again. Okay, so that's it. And the siren duration, you can also set that as well. I believe that was 3 minutes, not 3 seconds. Okay, so I'm not going to touch language or anything like that. So next, I am going to explain how basically to arm the system. You can use your remote, you can use your RFID reader, or you can just manually tap on the arm button. So I'm just going to use the RFID, and then by doing this, it will basically arm the system. It's counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then it arms the system. And because I had movement in front of those sensors, kind of went off. That's it. If you connect up your other siren, the other one is just charging at the moment. That's why it's not working, but you can also use the wired siren to test this out. Okay, so I'm going to arm the system.
System armed.
So now if I have any movement in front of those eyes or the door sensors, it's going to go off. As you can see, it started from 5, goes down to 0, and then it starts.
System disarmed.
And that's deafening. That's how you turn it off. I believe there are zones that you can set for zones that are always armed, or the zones that are sometimes armed, sometimes disarmed. But you can go through the manual and the settings and set those up, not too difficult. Okay, so I've just downloaded the app that's going to help set up the Wi-Fi. The app is called, I guess, like Easy Security. That's what the app is called. So you press plus and ask if you want to do AirLink configure or soft app configure. Just going to do AirLink configure, and then you ask for the username and password of the local Wi-Fi, whatever you're using. So type those in. So press next, and then what you need to do is just to follow the instructions. So I'm just going to do that. Next. So then I'm going to choose the AirLink configure, and hopefully these two are going to bind. Failed. Okay, let's try it one more time. Do that first. Press next, and next. See if this time it works. Configuration okay. So it seems like this time it's worked. Okay, and the device came on my app as my first device. So going into there, and then I'll see if I can arm the system. Arm now.
System armed.
And it says system armed. And it also sends me notification that this has been armed. So I'm just going to disarm it because it's going to start making noise.
Disarmed.
That's basically how it works. It keeps sending notifications. So now if I arm the system, now,
System armed.
and so now it's going to send a notification. Yeah, so it sends a notification showing that. I've also got a smoke detector. This is also a very nice unit. So it's a wireless smoke detector that also has its own siren. So it can basically work standalone. It also connects to this central unit to send you notifications in case there is a smoke in the house. And it works with one of those batteries. And that's about it. Once the battery is in, you can turn it on and basically set that on the one of the detectors and start using it. So with that, that's all for this today. If you have any questions, leave them down below. So there are multiple brands that you can basically buy. They're all the same thing. Some of them printed their own brands on the device and also the sensors. Some of them are still no name. The reason I selected this was because the sensors are, as you can see, very minimal and small. Some of them were really chunky, And the same goes for the door remotes. They're very small and nice as well. I'm kind of a bit cautious about going with old-fashioned design, so this one seemed really nice to me. Also, the smoke detector looks very modern as well. So that's the one I picked. I will leave a link down below to the store that I bought it from. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Bye for now.